everyone. Welcome to Gardening for Better Health. This is Henry B. 723 coming to you from the outdoors at my home, and I wanted to bring you along with me. Today I am doing part 3 of my how to process garlic harvest. This has been a wonderful experience to be able to grow my own garlic. It started in October when I first planted my garlic bulbs, and over the winter the bulbs were growing under the ground. You couldn't really tell what they were doing until springtime when they burst through on the ground. Well, this spring I was able to do a harvest, and the harvest is here. These are really nice garlic bulbs that I harvested. They've been drying here on my deck for the last 2 weeks, because when you process them you want to make sure that the garlic bulbs are absolutely dry, and they are. If you look at these, you can see that the paper is starting to peel off, the first level of it, and so it is dry enough to process it and put it up for the winter. I really like these garlic bulbs. Some of them are very large. Look at the size of this one. That's a big garlic bulb. So today I'm going to finish processing this garlic, and it'll be ready to put up in storage to use throughout the year. So this is what I have so far. With this garlic, when you process it for storage, you want to take one and you want to cut it about 1.5 inches or so from the bottom of the bulb. 1.5 inches would be about here. So I'm going to cut that there. Okay. And then, now that that's cut, I'm going to go ahead and get this dirt off the bottom of these roots. So we're going to do that. Here we go. Just brush this dirt off. If you can see, it comes off real easy because it's dry dirt now. Oh yeah, that's a really nice bulb. I'll brush it and get most of the dirt off the top. And at this point, I can go ahead and cut these roots off. Yeah. And I'm going to just peel that first layer all the way off this garlic bulb. And so now this one is ready to be stored. So I'm going to put this over here. And then this is going to be thrown away. Let me show you how beautiful this garlic bulb is. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. And so we're going to follow the same procedure with this one. We're going to do 1.5 inches up. We'll cut that one. We're gonna brush the dirt off of this one. Into the bag. I am really pleased with the harvest of garlic I got this year. Last year, I didn't really have a nice harvest of garlic. The weather was not conducive to my garlic growing. And so I only got a few garlic bulbs last year. This is a much better harvest than last one. So now we'll peel this paper off the outside. Peel this off a little bit. If it comes off easily, it's meant to come off. If it doesn't come off easily, I let it stay. And we'll cut these. And now that one is ready to be stored. So what about you where you are? Have you planted any garlic and it's harvestable this year? Did you plant any other items that you're harvesting right now? Let me know in the comments below if you're doing a harvest garlic too, and if not, what else that you're working on. Gardening is really, it's something that everybody can do. Some do more of it than others, but everybody can garden. If you have a windowsill, you can start a garden. If you have a deck, you can start a garden. If you have just a small area in your backyard, you can garden there. Or if you have more space, you can really plant a lot of crops and grow more of your own food to be more self-sustainable. The way things are going now, with the war in Ukraine and all of the unrest all over the world, it's best if you can to grow something. It doesn't matter what you grow as long as it's something that you and your family will eat and will be able to benefit from. But it's time really for everyone to grow something. We don't know what the future holds, but if we do some self-preparation, we'll be better off than if we do nothing. So think about it. Think in terms of what can I do at my home that will benefit myself and my family. What things do you like to eat? Think about what you like. And then if there's something you really would like to have, something that you really don't want to be without, then do some research. Find out what it would take to grow it yourself. And then make some preparations so that you can. Everything is not instantaneous. You need to make some preparation in order to grow things. So even if it's only finding out how long it takes a particular vegetable to grow, once you find that out, that'll let you know when you need to consider planting it. Whether you decide to plant it from seed or from starts or bulbs, however you need to consider planting it, it's time to start doing your investigation and making some preparation so that when it's time to plant that item that you want to grow, you'll already have your seeds or your starts You'll already have your potting soil. You'll already have your compost available. If the item that you want to grow grows best using blood meal or bone meal, then pick up some bone meal and blood meal and start preparing for when it's time for you to plant. I will say this, I learned this once I really began to start gardening. People prepare for their garden very early. And oftentimes suppliers will run out of what you need if you're trying to buy at certain times. They don't always have in stock the item that you're looking for. So that's why it's good to start to stock up little bit by little bit on the things that you need to grow what you want. Because oftentimes if you wait, it won't be available when you want it. So buy what you need and put it up until it's time to use it. And you'll be surprised. It's so much easier to grow things if you have already made the preparations to get the items you need to grow what you want to eat. So those are some things to think about. Oftentimes, people who garden on a regular basis, they'll start preparing in January for things that they need to plant for the spring, so that they'll have a harvest in spring and summer. They start that preparation in January. And so if you wait too long, the people who are buying the supplies in January will have bought up all of the items from the store or from the nurseries that you wanted, and you'll be left out in the cold. Sometimes you can pre-order from some of the nurseries things like, if you want potatoes, you can buy the potato slips early, and the seed potatoes, you can get those ordered early so that when they are available, they'll automatically ship them to you when it's time to plant. That way, the supplier knows how many customers they have, and they'll know what to have on hand, and they'll ship it to you when it's ready. But if you don't prepare and you wait till the last minute to go to the supplier and say, I want some seed potatoes, they might say, oh, well, we're all out of stock. We won't have any more until next year. So it's best, if you can, to plan ahead and start little bit by little bit, getting what you need so that you can do something towards self-sufficiency. Well, this is as far on this journey as I'm going to take you. You can see the process of actually storing these potatoes, getting them ready for storage. So in October is when I planted the garlic bulbs, and they stayed in the ground over winter. In the spring, they started to come up. And then when they were ready, I went and I harvested them. After they were harvested, I dug them up and I put them here to dry, and they've been drying for 2 weeks. And after they've dried 2 weeks, then it's time to finish processing them like you have seen me do. So that's it for part 3 of how to plant and harvest garlic. I hope you learned something. I hope you heard something that will benefit you. If you did find value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, this is Henry B. 723. Love you, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.